can check a Loaded, for instance, an Ashake record, very rap heavy. That structure of Ashake's entire run is lenient on rapping, essentially. And she was able to carry on. But what this one is doing, where she's holding on to notes and stretching things out, ugh, no. Why? Why go with that direction on the drill beat? Didn't sound good. It was painful. I'm just like, I'm just agitated by the fact that this song exists. I'm just agitated because these two would have made a decent record. There's so many capacities that they could have actually been in that could work. Odumodu is not a bad singer himself. He can hold some few melodies too, you know? Like, there's so many capacities that Tiwa Savage and Odumodu can come together and make a good song. But bro, this is just shallow. This approach is just... It's just piss poor, man. I'm sorry. It's one of the worst records I've heard from Odumodu in a hot minute, bro. And Tiwa, let's tap out. This was not it. This was not a moment. Which would bring me to, I guess, the categories for tonight. Just to round up all the songs that we got to hear. This would be the worst. This up there with Ojapiano Remix with One Republic. These two could not have done with these attempts. These are very inorganic collaborations that are being forced, that are not building on the strength of either artist. In one context, yes, it's a remix, of course, but why am I booking a One Republic on a Ojapiano? Not everything that says, it's not every call that you pick. You know what I mean? Like, if One Republic is calling me for an Ojapiano remix, I don't have to answer that. You know? On this end where we're getting Odumodu and Tiwa Savage, she's just doing essentially quite the opposite of what you would expect on a drill beat, trying to sing it to oblivion on this particular song, which obviously doesn't have any form of synergy with. It doesn't really build on the style of the production, even though the production is as shallow as you can get. AI generated YouTube type beat drill, like off the shelf. Nothing inspired about the production. Nothing inspired about Odumodu's hook and presence on this. Literally his worst performance on a drill song by a mile, by a clear mile, easily. One of my least favorite Odumodu records, and obviously Tiwa Savage stretching out there is not helping. So yeah, these would be the very two strong duds of the week for me. I think that's about it. When it comes to okay moments, okay records, I'm looking at Bella Shmurda with Lona. All right. Good moment from Bella. I just felt there were some missed opportunities to build on the draw of the song, which was in the melody for the hook. I think you could have used it and squeezed it a lot more. But regardless, it's a fine show out for Bella Shmurda, and I thought it was a good moment for him. And I really enjoyed it, okay? But definitely a lot of missed opportunities to elevate it to somewhat of a moment for him, you know? Another okay moment, I would say, was Odusi and Minz with a new song called Crown Bounce. A lot of risk taken on the bounce, on the kicks of this. Someone said it in the chat that is obviously like a Chris Brown Sensational, which you can obviously connect that back to a Wizkid, any Made in Lagos, any P2J type of record. But obviously with Odusi, he obviously brings it back into some form of edge or some form of rusty element. And Playboy Cardi influence is been clear since 2019 for him. So this was another evidence of that. So yeah, a lot of that Playboy Cardi type of delivery we got to see, very rusty and grimy beat directions for that type of bounce. But Minz really really stood out for it because he seemed to be the much more most convenient or the most conventional aspect of the song, which now felt like a comfort zone for a listener on that song. So I really loved Minz's moment there. But I definitely can see the song growing and aging to be something of a moment for Odusi in terms of within his cult following for sure. But yeah, he hasn't necessarily evolved past that Playboy Cardi and like that risky and edgy type of delivery yet, that trap type of delivery yet. He's still in that ballpark. But it would be interesting to see if his next release takes it beyond that, you know. In terms of okay moments, I I think that's to be my only two. And for my best moments this week, I'd say Kizz. For my best moments, I'll give it to Kizz Daniel, man, with the two extra records that we got to hear, Suna and Showa. Rather, I was about to say Suna and Showa. But essentially, Suna is a lot more it's comfortable on a soundscape of a Rema's Calm Down or Ira Styles Rush. It feels very Afrobeats to the world, very clean on the structure, very obviously very English leaning. So not too many connotations that limits the soundscape or the listenership to just Nigeria. And it just feels Afrobeats to the world-esque for a Kizz Daniel moment. It doesn't make it bad. I think they're heavy on the chords. The chords are really the strong points for this particular song, Suna, and I really enjoyed it. A simple record, very simple, very safe, but does the work for really, really engaging and retaining your listeners because it's a very catchy and fun hook. And but anyway, we get into Showa, which is a stronger moment for me. I think this is a song that obviously captures the rudimentary Tungba folko type of lean that we see Kizz Daniel quite often, but except this time we didn't get too much kicks. Okay, we didn't get too much kicks. We was mostly harping on the melody and the feel of it. Very silky smooth tempo, not aggressive, not abrasive, but the call and response of Showa was there. You're engaged with it, you're still vibing, you're still there. Towards the end is where we get a really strong like a gong moment, really bringing it back home. But otherwise, it was an interesting and very light and subtle structure of both songs from Kizz Daniel. Not as aggressive as dance before it wasn't like a gun to your head type of moment to dance. You know what I mean? Which some Kizz Daniel songs can feel like that. But I thought this was a slow and tempo and just nice and eloquent way of releasing an EP just to keep the conversation going, you know. But anyway, that was all the songs we could get through in the most part for the live stream. If you missed out, I know it was early this week. We did it on Thursday. But essentially, yes, catch it on Patreon for a replay for all the listens tonight on the live stream. Big shout out to everyone that was able to make it on the live stream. It was fun. We got to hear too many records, obviously on the playlist as well. So yeah, man, appreciate everyone.